tonight. Hopefully this kicks in so I can see the chat. Normally I like to, when I'm live, have the camera so you can see me. But I need to cut out class kits for So Whatever Summit. I have started working on some, and I have a few more to do, so I figured I'd cut them out and chat with anybody who's on. I have a variety of different materials. This is our water resistant canvas, our green floral books, and I'm going to be pairing it with this sage lace. So this is the exterior for the willow wristlet. That's the class I'm going to be teaching on Sunday. So I'm going to use this for the lining, and I need to cut out 2 of them. I'm trying to make a variety of different kits. We just got some new vinyl, which I'll show in a little bit, which is kind of sturdy. So I'm also trying to find some other materials that will be better for people who are newer to sewing. Hey Nicole, how are you? I always like second guess myself when I'm cutting with rulers. Like, I'm one of those people that definitely prefer the pattern pieces, and I did have some templates made, but I'm cutting out the card slot piece right now, so I'm using the ruler. Hey Beth, how are you? Beth, are you all ready for this summit? I feel like a chicken with my head cut off. I was home with family for Easter and like my spring break, so I didn't get as much done as I wanted to do, so I'm doing a lot of last minute prep. Alright, so this is going to be one of the card slot panels, and I have 2 of the lace, so I'm going to cut 2 of them. Aw, Beth, we're going to have so much fun. I'm not so nervous for like teaching the class or anything. I'm more like just stressed about like making sure that I get this all prepped and have enough choices for everybody. And I had a delivery of some Majestic nylon and some vinyl. So we're gonna be bringing some new things because we're gonna do our pop-up shop on Saturday. So I'm really hoping people like them. We'll see. Yeah. I think everything will go fine. I'm not so worried about things going wrong in the class. I think part of that is just because since I teach regularly, I'm so used to like things popping up. And I do think, thankfully, there's like plenty of time like for leeway. So we'll see. I say that now though, but once it gets to be Sunday, I probably will be super nervous before the class. Hi, Diane. Aw, don't be anxious. We're going to have a good time. I'll show some of the class kits in a second. This is the lining for one of them. And let me show you. I've printed out a pattern for everybody, so you'll have the instructions. And I also printed out the pattern pieces, so like the color paper in the back has all the pieces. But everything's going to be cut and prepped for you, so we should have a good time. And the only thing I'm not including is the rivets, but I just ordered another one of these rivet kits. I wasn't sure if it would get here in time, but I just did like Amazon overnight, so I'm gonna bring that with us or with me. And I already asked Lauren to make sure that we have like a press in the room to make sure if we want to add that. But yeah, I think everything should be good. Oh, I know what you mean, Beth. So I have these like, it's in like a clear thing, and I was telling Jason last night because I'll like quadruple check them. So once I put all this stuff in, I have to seal it, because if I don't seal it, I would be nervous about like, oh my gosh, did I put like a strap? Did I put the zipper? And I would check it a billion times. So yeah, I agree with that. Hi, Liz. I'm so excited to meet everybody in person. I know a few of you I've met at like So Magical when it was around and stuff, but there's a lot of you who are new to me, so I'm so excited for that. And I feel like we're like, you know, we're friends already because we already chat online. Hey, Kim. Yeah, you're always driving, but you have a lot of kids that you have to take care of. That and a like East Coast time, so I know you're I think Central time zone. Alright, so I just did card slots, and so I had Kayla from Carolina Little Stitches make me some templates for like, so this is the exterior and lining, this is the gusset piece and zipper, and the piece that goes on the side of the card slot. I also had her do the interfacing, but I don't need that one for this. But I know the templates can be like so pricey, but it really makes such a difference, especially when cutting out like kits, like so many things. When I taught at Mojo Sews in November, I didn't have the templates, so I cut all of the willow kits by hand, and I was like, I can't do that again. That was so much. Oh, that's exciting. What play are they in? I know my sister's at the age where my nieces are starting to get involved. Like the oldest one plays soccer right now. So and I'm just trying to maneuver this like the best that I can to make sure I can cut this as easiest as possible. Alright, so 2 gussets. It's funny, for this I'm using the rotary cutter and the templates, but when I was cutting the vinyl, I was actually tracing them out because I was trying to get as many pieces as possible on each of the vinyl. And I'm really terrible about it, like, shifting on me a little bit. Aw, that's so exciting. Yeah, over break, I went and watched my niece practice, and it was so cold that night. It was like in the 40s. It's finally starting to feel like spring. Like today here in New York was 80, and I'm like, oh, this feels so nice. And I looked at the weather for St. Louis, so it looks like it's going to be pretty nice. And I hope any storms stay away. You've been edge painting all day? Yeah, I can't talk, sorry. Edge painting does take a long time, but it just has such a nice look to it. So Kim, I definitely plan on it. Actually, we got 5 new prints for the Majestic nylon, and I actually planned on running them, like using them like as strikes and then running them as a pre-order. But honestly, I haven't ordered anything new because I'm really, really hoping that the tariffs drop. So I know like May 2nd is the big day or whatever when everything is supposed to go into effect. So if they drop them, I'm definitely going to restock and probably do a pre-order because I had bought a whole bunch of like summer themed or like spring and summer themed print like artwork with like bright colors and stuff. So I'm hoping. Oh, thanks, Nicole. Yeah, this one is we have this on this is the water resistant canvas, and I love reading. And we had this one in a black floral books, but we sold out of the black. And this one wasn't as popular, the green. I think maybe on camera it doesn't necessarily pick up as well, but like to me it's so pretty. Oh my gosh, 75 butterfly coin pouches. Are you doing a market, Nicole, or something? Or like prepping for something like that? That's a lot. Yeah, I haven't really posted anything about the tariffs yet because I don't want anybody to like panic and be like, I need to buy everything now. Nothing's ever going to be restocked. I honestly like, you know, this is just my personal opinion. I don't think they're going to stay that high forever. So I'm hoping that they drop, and I figured like I'll just have to switch more towards like YouTube and teaching and less product until it balances out. So we'll see. All right, well, be safe driving, Kim. A local powwow. Oh, that's really nice. Where I grew up was close to two different Native American tribes. And I remember going to like some of the powwows that they have where everyone's welcome. It's a really cool experience. I'm so terrible at rotary cutters around the rounded edges. I need to get, someone recommended a smaller rotary cutter, like a 28 millimeter, I think, or something like that. I really need to invest in one for these edges. Hi, Cynthia. How are you? Yes, I'm teaching Sunday morning. I believe my class is 10 to 1. I believe it's 10. I know it's definitely Sunday morning. And then I signed up for a pop-up shop slot on Saturday from 9 to 1. And then if anybody wants like last minute stuff, like Jason will be with me while I'm teaching, so we'll have the stuff with us. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I get the first 2 times I was really nervous about teaching. I'm a little nervous in the terms of like this is the largest group that I've taught to. But I feel confident about it, so we'll see. Alright, and then I need the side pieces. My favorite part about teaching is, especially in the sewing community, is how helpful everybody is with each other. Hi, Arnetta. How are you? I really need more space on the table here. need to get that. I think they make like a spray that you can put on your rulers so they don't slip. I need to get like for the acrylic. Oh, really? I'll have to check Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has gotten so much more craft stuff. It's funny, I was literally there just tonight. I picked up some thank you cards and stuff. I use their double-sided tape all the time. It's not like super sticky, so I like it that I can place it down and reposition it if I need to. And because it's not like really sticky, it doesn't cause skipped stitches. I'm trying to be mindful that this print, most of the linings and stuff that I chose, like I used the polka dots or a solid color, and so it wasn't directional, but because this one's directional, I want to make sure I'm doing it. Oh yeah, allergies are so bad. Everything is blooming. Like, we went to the botanical gardens on last Monday. Not all the cherries, a lot of the cherries were out, and all the daffodils, so pretty. But definitely everybody's allergies are going. Hi, Tristy. So this one is water resistant canvas. It's the supplier actually calls it waterproof. I don't like calling it that because it can fray a little bit, and that's because it doesn't have like the PVC plasticky backing. Instead, it has like a PU coating on it, which makes it waterproof. And then I have Majestic nylon. Is like, if you run your fingers over it, you feel like the nylon. But the backside has white, like a fuzzy white fabric that makes it, it's similar to, what is it called? I forgot what Wonderground calls it, or Fabric Therapy calls it Theratex. Someone calls it Dragon Sheen. I think Glitterbug Fairy calls it Fairy Floss. It all has its own name. Oh, I think Wonderground calls it bonded nylon, and that's like literally what it is. It's like a layer of nylon. Oh, Jason heard me, so he could hear me, so it was a good example. This is one of our new prints. So if you didn't see it, I posted it on our social media. And we had one that was like, when we were cutting it today, that was short a yard, or wasn't a full yard. So you can see the front has, if you scratch it, you hear like that nylon, but the back is super soft. And it's the one where you could like literally squish it and it doesn't get wrinkled. I love sewing with this, especially for bags that aren't structured, or like even putting foam behind it. Oh, Nicole, you just got rid of the snow. Yeah, all the seasons. I feel like I never had allergies growing up, but definitely as I got older. Yeah, Tristy, that's the best part, that you don't have to interface it. That's why I'll show you what I grabbed for interfacing in 1 second, as soon as I finish this, because I'm going to put a whole kit together with you guys tonight. Yeah, I agree, Arnetta. I love spring too, but definitely killer on the allergies. I just love all the flowers. When I was home, like, we had a really warm day, and my parents, like, the cherry tree just started getting the blooms, and my dad's tulips just started opening. All right. Perfect. So I want to make sure I have all the pieces here. So I already stuck the interfacing on, but last time I did this, I had bought the Profuse Stiff from Wawak, which works phenomenal, but it was so time consuming having to heat press them all. So I bought I ordered it from my supplier, the interfacing that is adhesive. So like literally just peel and stick, and it's been the best decision. I'm hoping that I don't think it's going to give trouble if you have to accidentally sew through it. I know the machines I think are like the TL series that we're going to be using at the summit, so there should not be any trouble. So basically just literally peel and stick, and you can see like this is lace. So like the mustard color here, this is on interfaced. So you can see how it's like very drapey. And so this is with the interfacing. So that's what I grabbed for the summit. I hope people love it. I think it will be a big hit. So I hope so. All right. So then once I have everything cut, this is where I start packaging it all. And I just have the rest of it off to the side. All right. I don't have enough like table space, so I have things like off camera to the right. So this is what I do to just try to make sure I keep everything in order. So I need a card slot piece. And then this is our gusset. So I put the gusset and the lining. Oh, Mary Lou, thank you. Yeah, I'm teaching it again at the summit, so I hope everybody else enjoy it just as much. Liz, I have about 10, I would say. I have the exteriors cut out. I just have to finish some of the linings and then putting them all together into the, the packaging right here. All right, and then so I need 2 exteriors, but so I have 1 solid lining, and then 2 of these plus the card slot is going to form the next lining. And then the 2 zipper plackets and 2 linings for that. And then so what I have left over is I'm including a wristlet strap piece and our D-ring connector piece. Aw, I'm so glad, Cynthia. People seem to really enjoy it. I love seeing people make it. We did it one time last year for the Marathon Society, and it went really well. So I also think it's like a good pattern for people who've never are afraid of like maybe sewing curves or binding. It's not too intimidating, or at least I hope not. All right. So Jason and I already packaged purse chains with the D-rings and then a wristlet, like a lobster claw for the wristlet. But I need to finish I have to put the zipper pulls on. And I didn't have enough standard pulls left in stock, so I ordered zipper pulls from Wawak, and they have been working great. And I'm using a variety of different zipper tape. This white and silver comes from Lauren. I ordered from her. And see, these are the pulls from Wawak. I really, really like them, so. And I've been putting them on for everybody just so it's easier and we'll be ready to just get to the sewing. The only thing that people will have to do in the class is mark out the card slot lines. And actually, like I told people, if you don't want to include the card slots, you could do another type of pocket if you know how. Like Mary Lou actually did a cute little slip pocket at Mojo Sews when I taught. So there's definitely options. So put the zipper in, the bag with all the hardware and purse chain. And then the last thing is I have fold over elastic, and this time I bought the 1-inch wide instead of the 5/8, because the 5/8 you have to be like so accurate. So this is a little bit wider, and I think I'm gonna bring some bias, like the double fold bias tape. That way, if people would rather use that instead of the fold over elastic, it'll be there. All right, so that is one kit. And like I said, I'm going to seal it up now, because if I don't, I will second guess myself and have to like keep opening this up and counting and checking. And I have 2 of the sage options, so I'm going to package up a second sage before I move on to a different one. Oh, and Tristy, thank you. I really, really hope people like them. I'll show. So I have the sage option with this. I have black lace, and 2 kits I've already put together have a red zipper tape with gunmetal and red, what's it called, water resistant canvas. And these I'm going to put with purple and this lilac with gunmetal zipper tape. And then, hold on. These are 2 of our newer, so these are the new vinyls that I'm bringing. I am going to recommend that people, if you're not really familiar with sewing with vinyl, I would maybe pick a lace over this, because this one has that like pearlescent sheen to it, and it is slightly thicker than the lace vinyl. So we have this pretty, like, very, very light purple. So I'm going to put these with a purple lining and also the zipper tape. And then the teal ones I've already packaged up, so they're in the other room. But we have this option as well, which is like a pinkish, but I guess it has like a hint of purple in it, but it's more on the pink side. And again, it's the same. And we're going to have, I think like we'll have 7 rolls of these available that we're going to have at the pop-up shop. And then this one, I've been cutting our polka dot water resistant canvas. So that will be the lining for that pink. And I put the teal with this polka dot. And I might do 1 polka dot with this pink. I love this, but I know not everybody is a fan of black for linings. So I've been trying to kind of switch it up and give different options. I'm so glad, Tristy. I think that's the part that I get most nervous about is the class kits, and people are going to be disappointed. That to me, I've been like stressing about for like the last week, and like ordering, and I had these other ones that I used at Mojo Sews that have like a texture to it, but they did not come in time. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to do a backup. Oh, Mary Lou. Right? Like I don't know. I love bright colors. I don't think I can pick a favorite. I think I'm leaning towards the teal, but then I see them next to each other and I'm like, oh, but I really like this one. Yeah, Arnetta, the sheen, that's what caught my eye, is that I don't know how to describe it. It almost reminds me of like, you know, a gemstone, like a moonstone? That's what this one reminds me of a lot. So these I already put the interface. Some of these I have been putting interfacing, some I haven't gotten to it yet. Just depending like what roll I happen to start with.
Oh, Trissy, yeah. I think so too. I mean, honestly, I'm so grateful for the sewing community. We haven't really met anybody um that's ever really given us trouble, especially at like the conventions and stuff. So I think that everybody will be happy. Also, I plan on having extras of kits. So with those extras, I'm hoping that there's something for everybody. If not, I'll be cutting the kits like that day. The most like time consuming is just all the cutting. But I definitely have it's like really rewarding, like yeah, such a sense of accomplishment, like once they're finally all put together. Oh, and for the other ones, the pink, this is the zipper tape. This is our, we call it our Majestic tape. It's not rainbow, like red, orange, yellow, blue, green, purple, but depending on the light, how it hits it, it has like different colors. And also depending on like the fabric that it gets put next to. So this is one of my favorite zipper tapes that we carry. I tend to go for a lot of gunmetal or the black teeth or like rainbow. All right, Arnetta. Yeah, I definitely plan on um having extras to sell, and also if there's enough interest, I can definitely put kits together and just carry them regularly on my website. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, definitely let me know because I have most of the supplies here already to put kits together. Oh, thanks, Harley. I appreciate it. Yeah, so we're heading in from New York City. We're gonna leave tomorrow. Um, Even though my class is until Sunday, I really want to do some shopping on Friday, and we want to also we're doing a road trip, so kind of turn it in. And I've never seen the Mississippi River, and I'm so excited. So I have driven the whole East Coast, but never really been to the Midwest. So we want to check out the sites, and I'm a big like I love going to the national parks. I have one of the passport stamp books, so I want to go to the arch and like do those type of things. Yeah, I've been to Ohio once. When we were coming home from Tennessee, we drove up through Kentucky and went to like Louisville so we could go to the Louisville Slugger Museum, and then went to I forgot the name of the national park, but where the Native American mounds are in Ohio. So then we came home like out through Ohio and Pennsylvania, but I've never been. Well, I had to fly into Chicago once, and we drove immediately up to Wisconsin. But I've never really got to do anything. I've never been through like Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, any of that. So yeah, Cynthia, we definitely want to. I also want to go to a baseball game because I think they're playing home all 3 days for the weekend. Yeah, Trissy, that sounds familiar. It was probably that. It was like multiple different sites. Um, that was cool. Jason's gotten used to me dragging him all over for the national parks. All right, I think I'm gonna do one of the pink ones next, so that way, because I already have um everything cut out for it. The only thing that I need to do with these is I've been drawing in the seam allowance, so that way when I stick on the interfacing. I'm just looking because I don't know where I set down the ruler that I was using. Like the mini ruler. I don't know what I do with it. Aw, thanks, Nicole. Yeah, I'm really, really hoping that the tariffs drop so I can bring in more, because people have had a really good response to it, and I think people will really like it in person too. Sorry, I have one of Lauren's like 1x8-inch rulers, and I put it here with all my stuff, and now, oh, here it is. It was hiding off to the side. So what I've been doing is on her, this is her 1x8-inch, and she has like the 3/8 mark like super clearly. So I've just been using that to mark my seam allowances. Hey Holly, how are you doing? Have you got your sewing room all set up? I might have missed the updates if you did. Yeah, Nicole, I know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not panicking about them yet. I know he's just like playing a dangerous game with everybody's like money and whatnot. So hopefully May 2nd will come around and they'll realize and drop them. Or even just lessen them. But like 100% tariffs, like that just is going to make it so unaffordable to bring in new product. So what I've been doing on the back here is I'm just tracing out the 3/8 seam allowance, because this interfacing is a little bit bulky. That way it stays out of it. Oh, yay, Liz. So your last thing for like the class kits and stuff, are they all prepped and for your demo? Yeah, we're gonna rent a car, and so I'm picking that up tomorrow, and then we'll start packing. But a lot of our stuff, like, we store our vinyl for the shop in like wooden crates, so a lot of our stuff thankfully can just kind of like pick up and go. Oh, that's great, Liz. It's my favorite thing, just meeting like other sewists in person. Like everybody's been so nice and welcoming and friendly. And I was really bummed that I wasn't able to go to the summit last year. So I'm really happy to make it work this year. Yeah. So see, this was the adhesive interfacing. I know a couple shops carry adhesive, but I've never purchased it, so I can't tell you how similar or different it is. This one almost feels like a felt, like it has like a felt feeling, but a little bit more or a lot more structured, much more sturdy. And the nice thing too is that if people start to struggle or they want to trim it down, they can even just peel it up a little bit and trim it, which I kind of like compared to the iron-on, because once that's stuck, it's stuck for good. Bye, Cynthia. Have a good night. Thank you for hopping on with us. Yeah, I appreciate everybody hopping in and chatting. Last week was my spring break from school, so it got a little hectic. So Mary Lou, I don't know. I bought it from my supplier, and they literally just call it like adhesive interfacing. And there was different gram measurements. They had like 120, 240. I think this one was the 380. I got the thickest one that they had, um, because I wanted it to be like pretty sturdy. I'm sure like what I'll ask is at the summit, I know I'll see if anybody has used like fabric therapy, kind to see if they can tell me if it's similar. Also, I think there's a shop. Is it Sophisticated Crafts? I believe it's in Malaysia. There's one of the ones that's over in Asia that ships worldwide that also has adhesive. And I think Wonderground started carrying adhesive as well. But I can definitely see why, because it made it so much quicker. And then for these are the zipper sides. For these, I've just been doing one side, marking out the seam allowance, like one short side and one long side. Because I figure if the corners lined up, then theoretically the rest should be fairly lined up. I'm just using like one of the blue water soluble marking pens. I have like 3 go-to marking pens. It's either this blue water soluble, the silver marking pen that Lauren carries, or a chalk pen. Alright, just want to make sure I have all my pieces. I'm so curious which kits people will end up choosing. Jason and I were also debating for the Majestic nylon, which will be the most popular. We, on my social media, my Facebook group and on my Instagram, I posted it, and Jason thinks it's going to be the tulips. But I think my personal favorite now is there's this really pretty purple one with moths, black moths on it. All right. I'm just looking to see how many of each, like gunmetal and silver, I have left. Oh, this one, this is busted open on this side. I'll have to put that one in a new bag. I think I'm gonna make two of these. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure when I'm going to send it out. Honestly, if you have a preference right now, you can let me know. But I have a picture of the black one. I probably will not send them out until tomorrow, right before we leave. And if these kits are popular with the pink, the teal, or the purple, I have plenty of extra rolls. I can too much pressure. Yeah, I know. Also, if people want to see them in person, I'm gonna let people know. I'm gonna have them with us on Saturday for our pop-up, so people can come up then too. I know Jason has it on, but if you're actually listening, Jason, bring me one of the teals so I can show them. If he's not watching, I'll go grab it after. But usually I'm in here in the craft room and he has it playing in the living room. But I know he's watching hockey and stuff, so. Oh yeah, Jason today, he's been helping. He cut some of the pink out. He's been rolling zipper tape. We're not bringing a ton of zipper tape because obviously like Lauren carries it and such, but we're gonna bring ones that Lauren doesn't carry. Like, so for example, we have green or palm tree zipper pulls, and some of them are green. So we have green teeth on some of our zipper tape. So we're gonna bring stuff like that. Yeah, so he's been rolling extra zipper tape and webbing today. Also, if you ever like order from our store, Jason is usually the one that packs it and gets it. He makes like, we're very lucky that we live very close to the post office. So Jason's quite good friends with the workers there now. Once I package these up, I'll go grab a teal so I can show it. Because if I feel like if I do it in the middle of it, I'll forget. Sorry, I'm looking for the zipper tape that I just had. Alright, threw it off to the side. That's funny, that's like the one thing about doing everything live is usually I like bounce around and go from one area to the next. So I tried to be very mindful and put everything in one spot where I could easily find it. Jason, yep. Can you bring me a teal kit? Yeah. I just heard him walk by, so. Yeah, see, I love the gunmetal with this zipper tape. Thank you. All right, so this is the teal, and it has like the teal greenish, but you can really see the blue in it as well. So yeah, these are the three new ones. The teal, this pink, and then that light purple. I love teal. Like our whole living room, all the accents are in this family of colors. Tristy, did I just make it much harder for you to decide? Well, I'm really happy that people like them. Like I said, that's like my biggest fear is that people are like, man, nothing's really my style. But that's why I tried to do a variety, because I tend to be bright and colorful, but I know that like I wanted to have the sage and the black and hopefully something for everybody. Like trying to get it balanced. exactly 2 with the polka dots. So I'll have to cut some more later so I can make one to go with the purple. You can see that it's so sturdy, it like pops right back open. You'll be eating dinner at the coffee table. That's funny. So this one I think I like has a little scratch. I'm gonna put that one to the side, redo that one. That's the only one thing I got to be very careful because the feed dogs. So I'm gonna make sure I warn people. Oh no. All right, well this one I might have to do after because apparently I didn't cut out the little side flaps that go on the side of the card slots. All right. Well, this one will have the black and white polka dots. I'll just have to put it together afterwards. All right, let me move this to the side then. So see, this is, I ordered a whole bunch of stuff from Lauren. So this is her water resistant canvas. And this one is the violet purple. Honestly, I think I'm going to try to keep it double folded and cut 2 at once. So tell me your opinion. Do you like this purple, like the vinyl, better with the purple interior or the black and the white? I think I'm going to do each. I know my preference is for the polka dots, but I think there will be some people that like the purple lining by itself too. Mary Lou, you like the purple? Okay, and Tristy, you like both. Okay, so that makes me feel better that because you both either like both or the purple, that it's not a mistake putting the purple with it. Alright, switching out my rulers. I have so many of the 6x24. This one is the, I think it was a Fiskars, but it's starting to wear off. But I like it because it has the numbers running up one way and then the opposite, where this one is the Omni Grid, which is great, but it only has the numbers running one direction, and I feel like every time I grab it, it's always in the wrong direction than what I needed. I'm going to try to cut 2 at once, so I'm just lining it up so I can trim off the selvage edge. I probably should. I'm having to put some muscle behind this rotary blade, so I know I should probably change it out soon. Again, I was cutting pieces for a quilt, and I can't tell you how many times I had to recut stuff because I'm so terrible with the ruler. So that's why you're seeing me like take a few extra seconds before I cut, because I'm like, I really don't want to be having to cut over and over. Alright, card slot. And the best part about this one is I don't have to worry about it being directional. So have any of you been sewing or working on any projects today, or have any going on recently? I'm also an ambassador for Cotton Cuts, and they're having their big reveal for their puzzle mystery quilt. So that is on Friday. So I've been working on getting my quilt done for that too. This one's going so much quicker since I don't have to pay attention to the direction. Oh, the Evelyn? I'll have to check that one out. I'm not sure off the top of my head if I know what that one looks like. Edge painting purgatory. Oh my gosh, that... Every time I think about edge painting, that's what I'm gonna think about now. That is so funny. I'm trying to get it so it sits flat, but it's giving me a hard time. There we go. When I can, I've been cutting the pieces so that way, especially on the rounded parts, I can just like move it, like rotate it. So because I'm on the selvage edge, I just cut directly to the edge. There we go. It's so much easier for me to line them up if I can rotate them. I'm gonna cut, even though I only need 2 of these, I'm gonna cut more because that first one, they weren't lined up exactly. And it has like a little bit of the selvage in it, so. Add it to my scrap pile. I have to count to see how many I have actually done. So right now there's 16 people signed up for the class, and I'll have extra kits. I know there's capacity for 18 people. So we'll see if anybody else wants to join. And like I said, I'm going to try to cut extras because there's so many good classes that I know it's really hard to choose. So some people have asked if they could purchase a class kit just so they could, you know, they can't take the class, but they want to make it on their own. All right, much better. This works out perfect. Whenever I cut, I always try to be as economic as possible. Like, I will play basically like a Tetris, trying to make the pieces fit to get the most out of everything. Alright, yeah, I think after cutting this purple one, once I put the kit together, probably hop off for the night. That way I'll still be working on them, but go sit in front of the TV and listen to the TV while I'm doing it. It's going quite quick though. A lot better than I expected. It really helped that I had we had already cut and prepped out the interfacing and stuff, so I figure worst case, if I need to prep some on the way, my class is until Sunday, so I do have a little bit of time. Perfect. I can't wait to stock up at all the vendors. I'm definitely going to be buying more of Lauren's water resistant canvas. I love using like the solids for it. I'm just making sure I'm grabbing all the correct pieces. Yeah, it's so true, Nicole. The templates where you can lay it out is definitely really, really helpful. That's what I did for the very first one, and then it's like, okay, once I realized like how many I could stack going each way, it worked out great. And even with the interfacing, I did the same thing, and it was funny, like there was just a few inches of leftover waste. that's like the one downside, I feel like, that there can be a lot of waste. Well, just like with anything using fabric, it's not just sewing, but you know, the fashion industry and stuff. So that's why I try to be like as conscious of it as I can. They have a cool company in New York. It's called Fab Scrap, and like here it's illegal to throw out a certain, like over a certain amount of yardage of fabric. So they work with all the different like fashion industries and just like different companies here in New York, and they purchase, or they, I don't know if they purchase or they get donated, but they take the waste from the fashion industry, and then like you can purchase it. They have a warehouse in Brooklyn, and they open one in Philly, and they also have like an online website where you can order, which is pretty cool. Like, I cannot tell you how much I enjoy and just am so relieved to not have to heat press all this. Though I do use an easy press when I do have to heat up my interfacing. And that itself is much quicker than an iron, but still. And this is just like a paper backing, which is really nice. It's really easy to grab, or you can see how it just kind of tore, but it doesn't make it harder to then grab a new spot and keep going. I am the worst. Like, I hate ironing. I think I've ironed more with sewing than I've ever ironed in my life. Like, I'm totally one of those people that try to buy clothes that don't have to be ironed. It's like every time I look at a different one of these colors, I'm like, oh, I think this one's the best. Yeah, and I think it looks nice with the darker gunmetal and stuff too. So I'm so glad that I did this on a live tonight, so that way I could get all of you guys' feedback. It totally makes me feel better about my choices. Alright, awesome. Hey. I feel so good about as much as I have done so far. But All right, well, I think I'm going to hop off for the night. That way I can go relax in front of the TV or cut out more in front of the TV. But thank you so much for joining me. I really missed you guys last week. If you celebrated Easter, I hope you had a great holiday or Passover. And Tuesday, we are probably going to be driving back. I'm not 100% sure, so I'll let you guys know. If I'm home, I'll do a live. If we're still driving, I'll probably try to postpone it for later in the week. So I hope you guys all have a good night, and if you follow on social media, I'm going to post some pictures, and I'll try to do little video clips from the summit as well. So I hope you have a good night. See you next time.